Yeah, I can't see your screen. So what do I need to do to see that? Because usually I see it, but I'm not seeing it.
I haven't shared my screen yet.
Oh, that's why. Thank you.
No worries, no worries. So it's just me right now. So we're going to actually do something a little bit unique today. So Curtis and I, as you guys know, we're in our next 3 months training calendar for coaching to confidence. And the first Tuesday of every month is going to focus on a social media channel. Obviously, there's only so many social media channels, so we'll be repeating, but also kind of getting more in depth in each social media channel. So today I really want to highlight with you guys a business Instagram account. And so I do have a little bit of a PowerPoint at the start to just kind of get you guys some facts, some figures, some business versus personal Instagram ideas, just to kind of get that noodling in your head. But then discovered recently that Teams now allows you to share your phone screen. So we're actually going to go live into my business Instagram, not because I think it's the best one, but because I'm going to actually show you guys some of the things that we talk about in real time. So if some of the things on my PowerPoint are a little bit too hard to see, don't worry, I'm going to share my phone screen too, so that in Instagram Live, you guys can exactly see where to go. So first off, though, I'm going to share my PowerPoint. So Curtis, if you could let me know when you can see my screen with the PowerPoint, that would be great. Got it? Good. So, you guys, I chose this PowerPoint, these PowerPoint screens,
I
not
still
because,
can't see it, Rachel. Sorry.
are you on your computer?
No, I'm on my phone.
That might be partly why, because Curtis, you're on your computer, right? And you can see it.
Yeah, but I've
Um,
always done it on my phone. I've always seen it. I can't use. I wasn't able to put the Microsoft thing on my laptop, so it only worked on my phone. So I may have to exit because it obviously I won't get anything out of it if I can't,
so
see
you
it.
don't need the app on your computer. You can click watch on the web.
Oh, okay. I'll try that. All right, I'll
Yeah,
leave
so
here.
try that. Well, hopefully you'll come back in, but we are recording it. So of course you can rewatch it. But yeah, go back into the calendar invite, click watch Teams, and then instead of watch on app, click watch on web, and you should be able to get in.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. So you guys, I chose these PowerPoint screens not because they have anything to do with real estate, because to me, these are all Instagram worthy shots. And I kind of wanted to set the stage up for this a little bit. So when you're building out your business Instagram, content really matters, and how you're portraying content really, really matters, getting people to like something. So I want to just talk with you about what we're going to talk about in the PowerPoint. So first, we're going to talk about the numbers of Instagram and why it's incredibly important for you guys to all have a business Instagram account, whether you have one right now and you're just trying to get better at using it, or whether you've been hemming and hawing on whether or not you should start one. The business versus having a personal Instagram. I'm going to share with you why I think having a business Instagram, and not just me, but all the research I've done through Inman, a variety of different articles, everything pushes us as real estate professionals to having a business rather than a personal Instagram. We're going to go over how to read the analytics on Instagram, and then different tips and tricks. And then we're going to jump actually into Instagram. And I'm going to show you in my business Instagram where to go to for all of these things, how to create a story, how to do a post, how to do the new tool called Reels, and really get ingrained and be able to have an Instagram business that is likable, shareable, and has relatable content for your sphere, and hopefully engages with outside people. So jumping right in with by the numbers, because I know that among us there are there are people that are not the biggest fan of social media, and I hate to say it this way, but I'm just going to rip the band and tell you that this ship has already sailed. You need to be on this ship, you guys. There is no life forward without social media. So if you don't have a business Facebook or a business Instagram, I'm here to tell you that you need to have one ASAP pronto. It needs to be part of your 2021 business plan. You need to have social media in that business plan. And I know that's something that David and Joy talk about in their trainings. 100% of buyers and sellers and consumers, they're looking online first. And when someone Googles anything, Facebook and Instagram comes up highest in Google searches. So just to give you some ideas on Instagram alone, there are 1 billion active monthly users on Instagram. Billion with a B. Daily, there's over 500 million active users on Instagram. There's over 500 million daily story users on Instagram. There's 25 million plus businesses on Instagram, and yours needs to be one of them. And there are 4.2 billion with a B Instagram likes per day. If these numbers are not convincing to you to get a business Instagram, I'm not sure what will be, but this really shows you what a powerful tool this can be to transform your business, to help post your listings, to help be that relatable agent to get more clients. All of these things are so, so important, and this can be the vehicle to get there. I know that it can be a scary vehicle, and it can feel like a very exposing tool, because a lot of people use Instagram to be very intimate details with their lives. And I know a lot of people are very against that. You don't have to be showing every single thing you eat every single day, doing all of that to be successful Instagram. And we'll kind of go into some of those. But these numbers really highlight to you why this needs to be part of your business plan. And then to give you some idea of why this business versus personal. So these are all the pros of having a business account that you do not get if you only have a personal account. You can do paid advertising on a business Instagram account. You get analytics, meaning you can see who's looking at your profile and when, how many likes you have more one week over the next week, who's responding to which posts better. You have a contact me or call me button on a business Instagram that you don't get with a personal. You can boost. So for those of you that have a Facebook business account, you're probably familiar with that word, boosting a Facebook post. You can actually boost an Instagram post as well. The more followers you get in a business Instagram account actually unlocks more features. So if you have an Instagram account right now and you follow any celebrities or people with more than 10,000 followers, you might notice that they get special things that you might not get in a story, like a swipe up option to click here and go to my website, or certain things like that. So as you build a base in a business Instagram account, it unlocks more things for you to be able to do to get leads and to get more people engaged with you. You don't have to get all new followers if you change your personal to a business account. So this is something I really want to talk about as soon as I read this last one, but you can also link your business Facebook account to your business Instagram account. So for all of you guys out there that consistently feel you don't have enough time to be posting on social media, to be posting on both a Facebook and an Instagram account and LinkedIn, I totally get that. We are busy individuals. And I'm not suggesting that you spend 5+ hours a day on social media like my phone reminds me every day. I do. But if you link your business Facebook and your business Instagram together, what you post on your Instagram can then post to your Facebook. So you can kill two birds with one stone. You can definitely connect those two things. So I want to go back to this point in the upper right-hand corner, not having to get all new followers. So if you have a personal Instagram right now, and you've been thinking about starting a business Instagram, or maybe you have both a personal and a business Instagram, the best thing that I would recommend doing is actually turning your personal into a business Instagram right away, rather than creating two accounts or running two accounts. The biggest reason behind this, and that's actually what I did. When I first started, I had a personal Instagram account, because I had it for my personal self, right? And then I started taking some more classes on Instagram, learning more, and I want business my personal to a business account. I keep my existing followers. I don't have to start from 0 followers and try to get more engagements. But if I create a whole new account to be my business account, now I'm starting at 0. So you can see how that can be a little bit more challenging. And I'll actually go into my account on Instagram to show you how you can actually switch back and forth from business to personal and personal to business to show you guys. But I found that that was actually the easiest way for me. So I didn't have to start organically from zero. I could just build from there. And what I decided to do was just kind of formulate my Instagram. I got rid of certain things that I didn't sorry. I got rid of certain posts I didn't feel meshed with my brand, my business brand, but everything else I remained the same and I just built on top of it. So if you scroll far enough through my Instagram, if you really creep that hard on me, you'll get really far down there and you'll find things that have nothing to do with my brand today. You'll find posts I have like 1 like. It used to have 0 likes, and then I was using it all the time in my training to show you an example of a really bad Instagram post, but then people would like scroll through months of posts to find it and like it. But so this is sort of my recommendation to you guys. If you have a personal account right now, think about just turning that personal into a business so you can get all of these other things that we just talked about without having to organically start from ground zero. Now, I know this is going to be a little hard for you guys to see, and I apologize, but I wanted to kind of get it up here. But these are the analytics, and I'm going to jump into my phone so you guys can see it a little bit better. But these are what you do not get if you only have a personal account. So what this is showing me is the analytics of my business account. So it's going to show me in the last 7 days how many people it reached. So this particular post, my top post in the last 7 days reached 826 people. My top stories and how many people that reached. It's also showing me how many accounts I reached and on which days more accounts were reached. It's also showing me, if you notice, I was up 188% week over week. So I actually was seen and reached by over 1,100 accounts week over week. My impressions were almost 4,000. My profile visits were over 130. So these things are really key for you guys to know. All button actually was 2. I'll admit one of them was mine because I was testing it to make sure it worked. But these are really important analytics. And the reason why I think that these are so key is because you guys are able to track and see what are the posts that people are responding to versus the posts that people aren't responding to. Because if people aren't responding to something, post less of that and more of the things people like and are commenting on and trend higher for you. The only way to really know that quickly is to have this analytics for you. And I think that's what's so key, right? So I'm able to see in the last 7 days, here in the middle one, that in the last 7 days, I had 209 likes and I had 39 comments. I had 1 share. I had 48 story interactions, which means not just that people watched my stories, but that they commented back on them, whether it's an emoji or they typed me a response. That's really awesome. And 47 replies, meaning I wrote to somebody and they replied back to my comment. All of these things are something I would not see or know about if I had a personal one. And then what I actually really love is the stories. So I'm going to actually show you guys what a story is and kind of how to work a story, how to make a story. But just the quick and dirty of it, stories are sharing something that's happening in the moment that lasts for 24 hours on your feed. So sometimes people do like Throwback Thursdays, photos, whatever it is, but it disappears within 24 hours. So most people use it to share something that they're doing right then and there, right? Or to highlight a coming soon listing, or to highlight the fact you're at an inspection, maybe you're prepping for an open house, whatever it might be. And so you actually can see what stories in the last 7 days have trended. One's actually the last 14 days, and how many people saw them and what trended the highest with them. And what I think is really important with that is you can see what people are responding to more. What do your followers like to engage with? And give the people what they want. Give them more of that. I'm going to tell you right now, a bomb selfie goes a really long way for engagement. So every time you have a really good selfie, or anytime you're kind of making fun at yourself with a really bad selfie, people love that stuff. But more than that, people love to support you in what you're doing. So make sure you sprinkle in a good dose of business stuff like just sold, things are for sale, I'm at an inspection, congrats to my buyers on closing on their first property. All that is great, but people still want to relate with you. So you're going to have to still sprinkle in those things that make people say, this is why I want to use Dave, because I relate to him on this level. Or this is what makes Curtis so special to me, because I relate to him on this level. All right, so now I'm going to check with you with some tips and tricks. So the biggest tip and trick is consistency is key. I cannot preach that enough, you guys. You have to be consistent with your social media. Those of you who love time blocking, I am a huge fan of time blocking. If you look at my calendar any given day, it's actually color coded. So one click glance, I know how many coaching sessions I have. I know where Coaching to Confidence is. I know where the newbie peer group is meeting. I know when Curtis and I are having meetings. Everything's color coded. So have time carved out in your schedule to plan when you're going to post and what you're going to post. Use hashtags. So I never really put a number to my hashtags, but after doing research for this presentation, it kept coming across 15 plus hashtags per post tends to be that number that article after article was recommending. And I know that that seems really aggressive, but hashtags are like a filing system. So the more hashtags you attribute to a post, the more likely your post is to be found by outside people that aren't necessarily following you. So for example, almost everything I use hashtag realtor, hashtag realtor life, hashtag real estate life, hashtag Chicago, hashtag Lincoln Park, hashtag Coldwell Banker, hashtag real estate professional, hashtag Chicago realtor. I mean, I just start typing and you'll notice Instagram is smart. It's smart, creepy technology. When you start typing in a hashtag, start aggregating the top hashtags as you spell. So when I start typing S or CHI, it's usually going to pull up something with Chicago because A, it knows I consistently use hashtags with Chicago, and B, it's going to rank it based on what people are actually using the most for that hashtag. So the more times the hashtag has been used, the more you should use that hashtag. Little pro tip I should have put on here, hashtag fitness is like one of the best hashtags to use. It's one of the most followed hashtags on Instagram. Even if your post has nothing to do with fitness, bury that hashtag in to these 15 and you will get a lot more views and a lot more reaches. What I found on my business page is when I started using hashtags consistently, try saying hashtags like 7 times fast, you guys, it is really hard. But when I started using hashtags consistently, I was getting anywhere between 3 and 5 new followers per day. Per day. So it really works. It's so important because people follow those hashtags. The other thing that I would really encourage you guys, those hashtags, those top ones I mentioned, hashtag realtor, realtor life, real estate, and real estate life, follow those hashtags yourself as well. That way you can get inspiration, R&D, rip off and duplicate. So I follow those hashtags, which means I see people across the world who use those hashtags. And it inspires me to be like, wow, that person did that post and they had 1,500 likes. I can easily recreate something like that in my day, in my life. And maybe I won't get 1,500, but obviously it's something that people like. I'm going to do something similarly. It fits with my brand. It fits with my content image on my Instagram page. I'm definitely going to share something like that. So you can get really good Instagram inspiration by following those other hashtags. You guys don't always have to come up with these original ideas when there are so many things that you can easily just adapt to fit with the business you're running or the location you're in. The last part, my last tip for using a hashtag is have your own hashtag. Mine is hashtag Shide Sells Chicago. I love it. It's alliteration. People love alliteration. I use that hashtag in a lot of things I do. If when we go into my Instagram, you'll see it's even in my bio. It's in my about me. Every piece of marketing you guys send out, you should have your Instagram handle and you should have your hashtag on it. In your email signatures, you should have your Instagram and Facebook handles. You should have your hashtag on it, because the more you can start to get your followers to also use your hashtag, the better. Because what did we already just discover? Hashtags are that filing system. So the more people use your hashtag, it's like tagging you in the photo as well. And it will always kind of own under you because it's your hashtag. So think about how you can use your first name, your last name. Think of different alliteration things. I know, Curtis, yours is like house hunt, right? Or something like that. What do you use? I think you're muted.
Chicago House Hunt.
Chicago House Hunt, because Curtis's last name is Hunt. So think about the different things that you guys can use to be clever. Figuring out hashtags is one of my most favorite things to do. So if you want help with that, shoot me a text or send me an email, and I'm happy to run through ideas with you. I help my friends with this for like parties and stuff like that, but I think it's like very important and it's really fun, and you should have fun with it. The other thing is, poll your people on Facebook and ask them, guys, I'm trying to figure out a good hashtag for myself. Which one do you like the best? I could guarantee you your followers on Facebook are going to have an opinion, and they'll be able to help you. They're the ones who you're going to be asking to use it. Why not ask their opinion on it?
Hey, Rachel.
Oh, go ahead,
It's
Joy.
Joy. I put a link in the chat about the top real estate hashtags from Zillow. So the agents can take a look at that as well. They don't want to recreate the wheel. What is already being used, plus adding their own hashtags will help them too. So I put that in the chat for you guys.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Joy. I think that's awesome. Again, R&D, rip off and duplicate. That's Rebecca Thompson's like favorite thing. So I always feel like I sound like her when I say it, but that's awesome. Thank you so much, Joy. So comments and likes. This is really huge, you guys. Respond to comments on your post. So anytime someone comments, even if it's a comment of an emoji, thumbs up, or a heart, always respond, and respond with a thank you or an emoji yourself. Like I always do, like praise hands or a heart or a thank you. This is because of the creepy Facebook and Instagram analytics. When you respond to someone's comment, what it does in that back end is it tells Instagram that you guys are best friends, and that everything you post should trend higher on their feed. So if someone is taking the time to comment on your post, even if they're not really friends with you, you guys, even if they're some random person, I still always like and comment, because then my stuff is always going to show up higher in their feed. And because it shows up higher in their feed, it always shows up higher in their friend's feed as someone you might want to follow. That is so, so important. You got to game the system. That's how like that back system works. If you have people commenting on your stuff and you never respond, it's going to tell the system that you are not friends with them, and it's not going to make you show up as high on their feed anymore. Leave comments on other people's posts as well. So I'm a chronic liker. I mean, my thing is I like scroll through Instagram and I'm like, that's just like what I do. And partly because I follow a lot of you guys and I want to show support, but you'll also notice that I do try to comment on your guys' stuff when I see it, whether it's an emoji, whether I type, because again, that's where the analytics really come into play. If I leave comments and then you guys comment back, we're going to show up on each other's feed higher. And then your friends who are not friends with me and my friends who are not friends with you, it's going to show up in their feed as people you should follow. Also do a like for a like and a follow for a follow. So as you guys get more followers, you should follow them back. That's with an asterisk. Always kind of take a peek at that profile, make sure it's not a bot, make sure it's somebody appropriate. We all know that there's tons of bots out there. There's tons of fake profiles. So always make sure that it's going to be somebody worth following back in that regards. But I have a lot of followers. Do I really have that many friends in real life? No, that's not the point. The point is, if I'm going on a listing presentation, which I'm not because I don't sell, but if you guys are going on a listing presentation and you're sitting across from Joe and Susie Seller and telling them that you're going to put their listing on your social media, and then they go on your social media and see you have 25 followers, what good is that doing to Joe and Susie Seller? But if they go on your Instagram and they find out you have 1,900 followers, all of a sudden you're telling Joe and Susie Seller that that's actually worthwhile to them. Your social media is worthwhile to them. So you really do need to get that follow up. You need to get that liking up, and you need to get that engagement up. And then the last big tip and tricks is in tags. So I'm a big fan of tagging. What I love about tagging on both Instagram and Facebook is that unless somebody taps the photo, the tags don't show up. So it doesn't look bad or it doesn't look messy, which is nice. But you should always geotag your office, your restaurant, the store, the boutique, or wherever you are. That's so important. They love that. Also, it shows support for those areas. Tag other Instagram accounts as well, and then repost photos you're tagged in. I think that's really key because it shows that support. And oftentimes when I do that, a lot of times the restaurants or the boutiques, they'll repost what I posted because it's free marketing for them. And then what ends up happening is all of their followership sees me. And that followership would have never seen me before if I hadn't tagged them in it. So it's kind of this really nice circle of marketing and helping and getting front of face to people you might not have had that ability to see before. So one of the things that I'm really big in my brand is that I'm a hyper local agent. And I'm just a shop local girl, right? So I drink local, I eat local, I shop local. So I always tag in the local coffee shops and gelato places, boutiques, restaurants, all of those places. They're so grateful for that recognition, just like you would be, right? When your clients tag you directly in a thank you. So think of that because a lot of times they're going to repost it. So those are just some tips and tricks for you guys to get all in right away to start doing. Very, very easy things to do. And we'll go ahead and show you guys right now how to do those things. So I'm going to stop sharing this screen because now I have to share another screen. So bear with me guys while I do this. Going into my Instagram. Does anybody have any questions or anything so far? I can't see the chat, so you'll have to, either Curtis will have to ask for you or you'll have to unmute yourself. No? Okay. So ignore all my notifications, you guys. I'm obviously not checking emails while I'm training with you guys, but I'm going to go into my Instagram right now and immediately you'll see a cute picture of a baby. But this is my Instagram. Curtis, can you guys see it okay? Yeah, okay, awesome. Oh, look at that. Curtis has a story. So right when you guys are looking at it, and I'll try to kind of guide you guys through it. You can't see my pointer, unfortunately, so I'll try to chat about it. But right when I'm taking a look at it, and first thing I want to tell you guys is I have a business Instagram. So right off the bat, my Instagram is a business. In the top area, you'll see all these circles. So you'll see a circle with my beautiful face on it that says your story. Next to it, you'll see a circle that says vote. And then you're going to see Hunt, which is actually Curtis's circle. These are called stories. So in these stories, it's going to be, again, those quick photos or videos, boomerangs, things that you're sharing that disappear within 24 hours. So we'll see Curtis's real quick to give you an idea. So Curtis, you voted today. I'm so proud of you. Congratulations. This is Maha, who's an agent in Gold Coast. She went and worked out today, so that's awesome. So it gives you an idea. Again, it moves pretty quickly. Up at the top, you'll see Maha was in the office today. I can pause it at any time by laying my finger on the top of it. I can go back by clicking to the left of the photo. I can go to the next person by swiping. There's a lot you can do. So the first thing I'm going to show you guys how to do is actually add a story of yourselves. So to add a story of yourself, you're going to see where your circle is. You're going to press down lightly, and then up, you'll see it says add to your story or edit close friends list. So when you make a story, you can actually make a story public. I make all of mine public because I believe your job as a realtor is to be found. But you can also make a story that's just for close friends if you wanted. But we're going to do add to story. And now all of a sudden you'll see me. Hello. Hi guys, that's me. That's my face. So you'll see a couple options right off the bat. You'll see, there we go. I'm trying to get it highlighted for you guys, but you'll see the A's. So this is a create. So this is something I can actually type on. So I can do a post where I can type, which is awesome. So if I'm trying to say, a lot of times what I love when agents do in this one is they'll say, check out the next slide for an awesome coming soon listing. And then the next one will be a picture. And then the next one after that will be details of it, right? So there's a lot of things you can do. You can actually change the font, which is pretty cool. You can change the color. You can change where it lays on the screen. You can also change the background of it. So there's a lot that you can do. And then I can either post it, which I'm not going to do, or I can click X and do another one, right? So what most people end up doing is either doing a picture of themselves. If you guys follow me on Instagram or Facebook, you know I do a lot of selfies. But what you can also do is you can actually pull from your photos. So if I click on this bottom corner over here, there's a little box here in the bottom right, that's my bottom left-hand corner, that actually pulls up photos. So these are all the photos I've taken. So you'll notice that I actually have photos of like the analytics that I screenshotted for you guys. So this is my niece. She dressed up as a unicorn for Halloween. How cute is that? So I could easily do this. A couple of fun things that you can do here. You'll notice in the upper area of the screen all these different options. So the down arrow is to save this image to your phone photos. So that's awesome. So if you make something really cool in Instagram and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to save that forever because stories disappear in 24 hours, click that button. If you wanted to add a filter, that would be the smiley face with some of those stars. So I could add a filter onto this. If I wanted to add a link into this, I would do the next option. Most popular, what most people do, including myself, is they add a GIF into the story, which would be the Post-it note. So if you click on that Post-it note, all of these different things come up. The location tag, that's where I would tag a location. So I could tag an office, I could tag a restaurant. Again, this is smart technology. So if I click this location tag right now, it's picking up where this photo was taken. So this was actually taken in Ohio because that's where they live when they sent it to me. But I can also tag a person in this. So I could tag any of the people, or I can start typing people's names in it. I can add a hashtag as well. But let's say I just wanted to search the word cute and I wanted an adorable GIF to come up with that. So all of these different GIFs will come up under the word cute that I can then use to share. So stories are a really powerful way to engage with your audience in a short and sweet way that make it fun for people to sort of just get to know you a little bit better. So I'm gonna get out of stories really quick and go down. The bulk of this is your feed. So I'm scrolling through my feed right now. You'll notice a couple different things. A lot of things have election day information today because yes, I hope you all got to vote today, or at least voted in the past to get going. But I want to go into actually my Facebook, my Instagram. In the bottom right-hand corner, you guys might see the little circle with my face on it and a dot. If I click that, now I'm in my page. Because I have a business Instagram, it might look a little different, but I want to show you guys some pros. First of all, what I love that they did is they actually added COVID-19 business resources for business pages during COVID-19. So that's in blue at the top. You'll see right away that I have 906 posts. I have a little over 1,900 followers, and I'm following a little over 2,400 people. Then that gets to the point with your bio. So my bio, I'm going to give everybody my name, obviously, Rachel Scheid. I'm going to give them my title. For you guys, it should be a real estate agent, right? Always, 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 they need to know what company you're with within one click. So you're going to put Coldwell Banker Realty, and potentially which office you're in if you want to identify Lincoln Park, Gold Coast, West Loop. And then I also tag, since I'm on the board of directors this year, I tag in Chicago Realtors for that. I also tag in my 30 under 30, and then I add my hashtag in there, Scheid Sells Chicago. I don't know if it shows up well for you guys, but these are actually all hyperlinked. So someone can actually click that Shide Sells Chicago, and it's going to go to every post that's used Shide Sells Chicago as a hashtag is in here. So again, it's a really powerful tool to keep there. You can edit your profile at any time, but then this is the part that you don't get in a personal. This promotions, insights, and that call button. So I'm going to click on the insights because that's the thing that showed up really small when I was doing the PowerPoint, and I apologize. But insights is that super powerful tool, again, for you guys to learn more about who's liking your post, who's looking at it, when, and where. So I can go through and just see in the last 7 days the different things that have happened. So typically Instagram looks at the last 7 days, and I can click into each one of these and see what it means on accounts reached. What does that mean? What impressions? What days did it happen on? What my top posts were? What my top stories were? This can help me understand better what my sphere, what my followers are interacting with, and maybe what posts helped me get more followers from that. So I really think that this is something that's really key and important for you guys to do. You can also create a promotion through here. So down at the bottom in blue, that's where you can create a promotion from something that's already existing. And I apologize, it's going to take a second because I'm running a lot of things, but I can choose a post that I've already done. I can promote a top post, so something that's already has a lot of people following it, already has a lot of people liking it and responding to it, or I can do a past promotion to go through it. Again, it links with your Facebook account, so you'll want to make sure that you're connected with your Facebook account because that's how they do the billing. So just make sure you're on there. I don't know why I did billing in air quotes. I apologize, guys. So with a quick show of hands, because I know you guys can all do the hand button. How many people are business Instagram right now? Not a personal, a business Instagram. Curtis is one. Who else do we have? Ken is one. Maggie, Nick, Wilson, Jane. Awesome. Okay, I love to hear that. So everybody else, so if you guys lower your hands real quick, Homeo, awesome. So you guys all lower your hands. Who's running a personal Instagram right now and just hasn't decided if they want to do business yet or doesn't know how to do business yet, but at least has the account? Okay. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to actually go in right now to show you guys how to make sure that you're in that business account. In the upper right hand corner, you'll see these 3 lines. People often call them like the hamburger lines. I don't really know why. I'm not a meat eater, so we'll call them the veggie burger lines. And you're going to go ahead and click on those. And then you're going to go into settings, which is the top button. So just so you guys know, you should always go into settings and just kind of familiarize yourself with your account and everything like that, just to make sure everything's all good in that. But you're going to go down to the third to the bottom, which is account. Again, I'll show you guys. Go into account. You'll see at the bottom, for those of you who have a personal business account, yours is going to say switch to business account. For those of you who have a business account, yours is going to say switch to personal account. So this is where I'd really recommend and challenge all of you who have a personal account to switch it to a business account, because now you see you can always switch back. You can always go back, you guys. It's not going to do anything horrible to you, but just try running a business account for a week or 2 weeks and really focus on the analytics and learning about what you can find your followers are responding to, because that's going to be really key. The other thing that I think is really important for you guys, which I'm going to do a deeper training on this next time we talk about business Instagram, but I really wanted you guys to kind of learn the pros and cons on this one. But next time what we're going to talk about is creating the content and having that branding for yourself. And we're going to actually invite a few agents who are experts at this themselves. But if you remember back from our Always Be Branding panel, Shelly Kapoor out of the Gold Coast office was talking about this, how she chooses 3 main things that are truly her, epitomize who she is, that don't necessarily scream real estate, but are relatable and can relate back to real estate. And she focuses on just posting about those 3 things on her Instagram and on her Facebook. And that's typically what I have focused on as well. So especially more when I was selling, but even now, I always focused on 3 things that were relatable, that could relate back to real estate, and that I felt people could respond to and were truly me. So if you looked at my social media feed and then you met me in person, you'd be like, oh yeah, she's definitely the same person. So I'm never going to take a picture of me wearing Louboutins getting out of a Tesla, because that's not my life in real life. I don't ride Teslas. I don't ride in private jets. That's just not the lifestyle I have. I'm not going to turn it down if that ever happens, but that's not where I'm at. So my 3 things were always hyper local. I shop local, I eat local, I drink local. So I always support that. I focus on that a lot. Again, doesn't scream real estate, but it does tell people that I support the communities that I serve in. It also would let my clients know, if you tell me that you want to be walkable to coffee shops and restaurants, you can take one look at my social media and be assured I know exactly what I'm talking about in that, because I am one of those agents. I am constantly in those neighborhoods and experiencing that myself. I'm incredibly volunteer oriented. So I serve on multiple boards. I'm consistently volunteering. Again, doesn't scream real estate, but it does tell people I give back directly to the communities that I serve in. I've never heard a person say, ugh, volunteers, I hate those people. So it is very relatable, and believe it or not, I've gotten business because of it. I have had past clients, I've had referral business because people reach out and they say, hey, I saw you volunteer with Habitat for Humanity, and I've been looking for a way to get my high schooler involved. Can you hook up with me to learn more about that? When people start remembering you for things beyond just real estate, they will always remember you for things with real estate. So that's something to learn and to remember. And then my 3rd thing is I'm hyper focused on growth. So any and all opportunities with that. So for example, last year I took guitar lessons. I learned how to play guitar. So I posted that a lot on my social media, both in feed, which is what this is that I'm scrolling through right now, and my stories. I obviously sit on some cardboard things, so I post a lot about that. Like this one was when I got onto the foundation with CAR, and I'm the chair-elect, things like that. And moving up with, there's Curtis, when we could reopen the offices, socially distant, of course. So think about maybe what makes you, you, and the 3 things that you want to focus on, and that can kind of help you build a content page. And what's relatable and also kind of funny. So for those of you who are newer, you may not, during the stay-at-home order, Curtis knows this very well. During the stay-at-home order, I was really bored, and I love Instagram, and I post all the time because you should. And I have a rather extensive high heel collection. So all of my posts during the stay-at-home order, I'll scroll down a little bit more so you guys can like see some of those. All of them were me like doing various things around my home wearing high heels, because we couldn't go out. And people really, really liked it and thought it was really funny and responded to it, because all of us were stuck at home, right? So I took really funny pictures of me like working out in high heels. And you notice I had 10 comments on that. We had like a virtual bar at home. That's just a cake, so that wasn't high heels. Lori Lightfoot came and shook her head at me because I got all dressed up to go outside, but we couldn't wearing high heels. So this is also a unique opportunity for you guys to be truly yourselves, but get connecting with people on this. And I had clients from like 5 years ago that I obviously don't really prospect anymore because I don't really sell, reach out to me because they were just like, man, everything is doom and gloom. This was so fun to see. You hardly get to see fun things anymore these days. So it's just, think about ways that you can be truly who you are and still connect. So I see some things, oh, not really in the chat, but Curtis, do you have anything that you want to add on this? I'm going to go to your Instagram now since I'm sharing anyway.
No, I'm learning. I might have stuff up on my Instagram page, but it is Lauren Horner helps me do my Instagram.
Oh my gosh. The last thing you posted was June 22nd. You need to post some more. Sorry to publicly call you out like this. the other person I really want to show you guys is Hunter Andre. So Hunter is one of our manager colleagues in Edgewater. So what Hunter does a lot is a couple of history things. So his daughters, that's very evident from right off the bat, right? He's very into posting about them, as he should be. That's one of his 3 things, his family. But one of the other things Hunter really does, this is real estate related, but he actually goes around Chicago and picks a corner in a neighborhood and does these videos that he posts on Facebook and Instagram and does neighborhood updates. In the comments, he'll tell you what the neighborhood is, the zip code he's in, and then he'll tell you exactly what he's going to talk about. So this one was Lakeview. He was talking about condos with a price range of 200 to 300K. And then he tells you, this is the average list price, the average sale price. There are there are 132 properties for sale right now. And he'll kind of talk you through it. This is something that's really, really cool. And he gets a lot of good responses. Obviously, he has 104 views on this. And he has only 1 comment, but keep going through it. Hunter's also getting better at his Instagram too. So if you guys are looking for things that you can do that are real estate related, but that aren't just that static photo of a house that says just, this is a really unique thing to do. You guys are out and about every day. We get these stats from InfoSparks. MRED actually emails you out these stats all the time. Make them interesting. Actually tell people what they are. Don't just maybe type them in. Pull a Hunter, go to that neighborhood, hold your camera up or have somebody hold it for you, record, and actually explain. I know I don't have the sound on, but you can actually explain what those stats mean, because that's what our job is as a realtor, right? These stats are easy enough for somebody to Google, but they might not understand what it means to have 3 months of additional inventory in a neighborhood, or to hear that the sale price is up 3.3% and market time is down by 2.9%. Do they know what that means? No, but you can explain it to them in this quick video. My tip with videos is try to keep them short and sweet. And if you're making a longer video, make sure that you do a quick intro video to the long video so that you can let people know that you're making a longer video and encourage them to stay till the end. So I'm going to actually stop sharing my cell phone now, unless anybody has. I do see a couple of hands up, but I don't know if those are remaining hands or if Jay and George, you guys actually have questions. If so, feel free to unmute yourselves. But I can get off my Instagram now and stop sharing so I can actually feel like I'm chatting with you guys. Or if you guys have questions, you can, of course, write it in the chat. But I'd love to hear from you guys.
Rachel, where's a good place to go and maybe take tutorials or something on Instagram? Is it YouTube, or where would you go?
So I would definitely do YouTube. And actually, if you go to our field marketing channel, they have a fair amount of trainings through our field marketing strategists that have done it on how to leverage it. The other thing that I think is really cool too is, oh my gosh, I'm like blanking on this, but BrandServe in Desk. So that tile in Desk actually has a lot of templates for Instagram already built out for you guys. So if you're like stuck, or you're like, I'm doing an open house, but I don't want to create something myself, go into BrandServe and you can drag and drop your photos and just type in your information and get beautifully done templates of that open house or that just sold, with the Coldwell Banker logo, your headshot. Everything's really nicely done for you without you having to do it yourself. And then you can just upload those right away to your, oops, sorry for the election stuff, guys. But Michelle Obama says vote, so make sure you do. But that's a good place. I'm going to stop broadcasting on my phone before we all get distracted on that. But yeah, that's a good place to go. But yeah, definitely field marketing strategist. But also, again, this should be part of your 2021 business plan. So I really encourage you guys, it's going to be a prerequisite for meeting with Curtis and myself to go and attend either Joy or David Hacker's business planning class through Sales Pro. Many of you are newer to the business and you've actually already attended it, which is awesome. But you get that awesome workbook through them to fill out and come prepared with. But Curtis and I can actually work with you on coming up with a social media plan to fit in with that too. Because again, 100% of people are looking online, and your social media trends really high in Google. It's so important for you guys to show up high in these searches. And if you're going to be leveraging this in your listing appointments and with buyers, it needs to have results, right? You need to have followers, you need to have posts, and it has to work for you. Otherwise, it's not an added bonus for your clients. Any other questions from the group? Not a very chatty bunch today, you guys. That's okay. Well, that's all right, you guys. I'll give you a few minutes back of your life. I'm very excited for next week. We're going to have Leah Scott chatting with us next week as well. So stay tuned. For the newbies, make sure that you come to Friday's session. And for anybody who wants to be invited to Friday's session, Curtis and I are hearing from a lot of you guys that you are working with buyers and sellers right now, which is awesome. But we also know that pricing out properties can sometimes be really difficult and challenging, especially in today's market. So we're going to kind of go back over some pricing strategies, some comping strategies, make sure that you guys feel really good about that. Stats are super important, but also, and Curtis, correct me if I'm wrong, it's also a little bit of a finesse, a little bit of an art to come up with what a comp might be. Because appraisals are a little crazy right now, and price per square foot is not exactly always accurate. So we kind of want to go over that with you guys. We're hoping that Joy can join us, but I also know that you have a lot of education that you're doing too. But Joy, is there anything that you would like to add to today's training, or anything you'd like to pitch for the week that people should sign up for on Sales Pro?
Rachel, I would, but I wouldn't. And I said that because now I'm in the car away from my calendar. Away from my calendar. But I will say that this month that we are excited that we are going to offer 3 business planning. So if you missed David's late night business planning session, we have another one. I think it's on November the 11th, November 19th, and November 23rd. So we have several opportunities for you guys to get in on the business planning classes. And then I just want to give you guys a quick teaser that starting next month and even a few this month, we're going to be hosting more evening classes from 7 to 9 for you guys. So if your days are kind of jam-packed, we've heard you, and we are starting to host more evening classes for you starting this month throughout eternity. So I just wanted to say that, Rachel.
Yay, thank you so much. We are so excited about that. Evening classes are awesome. I'm hoping that means I can also join in a few more, because during the day is often very tricky for me. So you guys really sign up for those business planning classes. Curtis and I are going to be launching a very exciting business planning extravaganza and gamification situation in our offices with prizes and a lot of different things happening. We're just waiting to announce that for the final thing, but it should be next week that we're announcing it. So stay tuned for that. But we have a lot of fun things, but part of it is going to be attending those classes. So definitely sign up. And if you guys have anything, of course, Curtis and I are here for you, as are Joy and David. Leah Scott, who couldn't be on today because she's running a training. Nakia, we are always here. Oh, and I see Michael Cairo. Michael Cairo's here for you guys too. So anytime, shoot us a text, give us a call or an email. Have a wonderful afternoon and go vote.